Mary Sheila here, and I'm in my kitchen, and I wanted to share with you something I'm going to make tonight for dinner, or make right now, I guess. And I happen to have a lot of cilantro in the garden. Now, cilantro is a herb. It's actually in the mint family, and it's very cooling, right? So it's something that's going to be good as a kind of a natural food as medicine, anti-inflammatory. There's lots of ways you can eat cilantro, and I know some people are like, oh, there's a big subset of people that just don't like cilantro, and if that's you, that's okay. And if you want to continue watching this, you can use other herbs besides cilantro. You can use parsley, basil, tarragon, lemon balm. I mean, you name it, you can go for it. I'm going to use that, and what I wanted to showcase too is garlic. I've got a little clove here and a really big head here. But I wanted to showcase the garlic because garlic has medicinal properties of kind of lowering blood pressure, especially when it's eaten raw. So that's a good thing, right? And this is very anti-inflammatory, cooling. Anytime you think of anything kind of pressurized, right? We want to bring the pressure down. We want to bring the, kind of cool things down, right? So we want to add some good raw plant foods, and this is exactly what we could do here. So I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do and kind of make my own version of like a chimichurri sauce. So again, this is my own version. And first thing I'm going to do is just get my garlic going, because the thing about the medicinal properties of garlic is you kind of have to activate them with the chopping and all that. So because this is a big one, I'm just going to give it a couple slices one way and then just come in here and dice it real small. Especially because this is raw, I don't want to leave this part out. And sometimes what I like to do when I'm chopping, hopefully you could see this, when I'm chopping my garlic, is I like to just put a little bit of salt on top of it, because I'm going to add salt anyway into this dish. And salt has the action of kind of liquefying and helping to break things down. So it's just going to assist that process, help spring out the flavors. Yum. So I'm just going to, keep building up this little mound and keep chopping it down. And if you have like one of those, let's see if I can find mine. Yeah, if you have like a garlic press, that's a great time to use something like this too. I know not everybody has all the gadgets, all the kitchen gadgets. My mom used to give me kitchen gadgets because she knew I loved to cook, and I was, studying nutrition, and sometimes I was like, oh my gosh, another kitchen gadget. But I have to say, they have come in handy, and I've always appreciated them, and sometimes when they die on me, I'll buy another one. Okay, that is pretty darn good. Adding the salt really helped. The other thing I'm going to put a little bit in is a little bit of onion, and shallot works really good here too, but onion is what I have today. So I'm not going to peel it because I'm only going to use a little bit, so I want to kind of keep it as fresh as I can. And often what I'll do once I am done with whatever kind of onion I'm using is I will then, instead of using plastic bags or saran wrap, because even saran wrap, like on top of things, gets in contact with our food, it does have a lot of plastic, like toxins that can come off into things. So I'm gonna just go like that, put it on my plate, put it in the fridge, right? It's on a surface, it's not being exposed, and I didn't peel it, so that's gonna go right in my fridge just like that. And that's kind of one of my little secrets to using less plastic, because, and also being exposed to plastic. There's actually a doctor friend of mine who speaks up a lot around like breast cancer, and a lot of hormonal cancers are kind of because of a lot of exposure to toxins. So anytime we can minimize it is a good thing. So I just have a little bit of garlic. I think it's like my video, if my camera's right on the edge, hopefully you can see. Again, I'm just gonna dice my onions too. I wanna dice them as fine as I can. Not everybody likes raw onions, but onions have a lot of quercetin in them. And quercetin is basically kind of an antioxidant flavonoid. And so if you have allergies, especially spring or summer, or a lot of histamine, onion can be a really good ally for bringing those levels down and helping to break down histamine in the body so that you don't overreact to it. So we're going to just chop this up. All right. So I'm going to put my onion in here, and then I'm going to put a little cilantro. So I'm just going to grab some, you know, and how much I use, right? You saw I just used 1 clove of garlic and just a few thin slices of onion. And I've got a nice cup of cilantro. So I'm going to just do a little extra for good measure because I've got a bunch of it here. And I'm just going to kind of ball it up a little bit and then grab my knife and just chop it. I'm not going to over chop it. I'm just going to chop it a little bit, just because sometimes if you over chop cilantro, it can turn a little bit black. Okay, so I've got my cilantro in there, my onion, my garlic. Now what I'm going to put in is a little bit of lemon zest. So I've got my little zester, and I'm just going to come in, and I'm basically going to do 1 pass over and then turn my lemon. And the reason for that is I really only want the outer edge of the lemon. And lemon zest is really good for us too. It's got a lot of antioxidants and it's very liver supportive. So anytime we're talking about, gosh, any system in the body, we do want a healthy functioning liver. Okay, so there we go. I've got my zest, so now I'm just gonna turn it over into there. And I know I already added a little salt. I'm just gonna do a little bit more. And then I'm gonna add a little vinegar and a little olive oil. Okay, so I had to think about it for a minute, what kind of vinegar do I wanna use? Since this is gonna be actually paired with a little Mexican food that I'm gonna make later, I'm gonna do a little red wine and a little apple cider vinegar. And I'm probably doing about 2 tablespoons of each. And then I'm gonna do a little olive oil. It's also really good with balsamic, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling the balsamic today. Okay, and then I'm gonna start mixing it all together. And this is gonna kind of sit and get yummier. And it's a warm day today, so until I get ready to eat it, I might just keep it in the refrigerator. Probably as a little extra measure of antioxidants, I'm gonna do about a half of a lemon in here. Now, you might be like, well, what can I put this on? The question really is, what can you not put this on? This is delicious, could be drizzled over beans, grains, any kind of protein that you enjoy. I mean, you can put it over anything. And if you like it spicy, so 2 extra things I'm gonna add. One thing I'm gonna do is do a little black pepper on top. Now, if you happen to like red pepper flakes, I have to make things spicy a lot in my house because I have a spicy family. So I'm just gonna add a little pinch of that, mix it in, and just let this blend together for the next little bit. Delicious. You could also dip bread in it, whatever kind of thing you like to eat. And look at that, doesn't that look amazing? I wanna just actually give it a little tiny taste. Oh yeah, it's really good. Let it marry. Again, use whatever vinegar you like. Balsamic actually does work really well with this, but you can use any kind. And just dollop this on top of anything, and you're really up-leveling your nutrition. You're adding vitamins, minerals. Cilantro is very cooling. Garlic is really good for the immune system, and it can be supportive of blood pressure. Onion is like an antihistamine because it's high in quercetin. Olive oil, vinegar, we know that vinegars are really digestively specific. So this little cilantro chimichurri has got your back if you eat it. I hope this is something that you'll try, and let me know. And thanks for watching.